Hey there, Space Cadets. On the newly renamed Captain Jandor Reviews, this week's episode is Fall Premieres 2.0. I've got one brand new show and 4 shows that have come back that I wanted to talk to you about today. We're starting things off with a little show on ABC called Castle. Now, Castle stars my big man crush Nathan Fillion, whom I've been, in man love with since Firefly, as has anybody that has ever watched Firefly. So I don't feel ashamed saying that. And it also stars a really talented Stanika as Detective Beckett. And the show is about, for those of you that haven't seen it before, a crime-fighting duo of a author of crime novels in Castle and an actual detective in Kate Beckett. This season, Season 3, started off pretty good. It remains strong in a couple of key areas. The mysteries are usually entertaining to watch. The banter is excellent. The dialogue, which is obviously part of the banter, is fun. The sort of interactions between the main characters are good. And the same problems remain as well. Whenever the show tries to get really serious or tries to get into deeper character arcs or emotional stuff, it does one of two things. It gets really sappy, as is the case with practically every home life sequence we have since halfway through Season 2 with Castle's son or daughter and his mother. Or it is over too easily, or it just feels awkward, as was the case with the season premiere, which involved the NYPD detectives that Castle has been solving crimes with being very mad at him, because he sort of abandoned them out to the Hamptons for the summer and didn't call and didn't let them know he was back in town. And it was just sort of, very soap opera dramatic BS. But it resolved inside the first episode with no repercussions. And I understand that. You have to get back to formula. But I feel like on some levels, if you're not going to be honest to the emotional trials of your characters, then I almost don't want to see it at all. Other than that, like I said, still a great show. If you guys like The Castle, I think it's still going strong. I got to check out last night's episode. Looking forward to it. The next show I want to talk about is the return of Community. Community is a great program. Hilarious show. I bought the first season on DVD as soon as it was available. I haven't regretted it. Season 2 started off kind of weak. A little weak. I don't know. It was really hit or miss episode, the first episode. And the second episode was funnier, but it's kind of like the first couple episodes of this season feel to me sort of like some of the weaker episodes of Season 1, which is to say still having lots of funny moments, but not hitting the stride they hit with episodes like Beginner Pottery or Modern Warfare or the Halloween episode, which the title I forget, or even the one with Jack Black in it, when they all come back from winter break and they have a new guy trying to petition for the group. They just haven't gotten there yet, and I haven't seen all of the new season yet. I'm still obviously going to watch it. I think it's a great program, but I think they might have a little bit to go to sort of catch back up to where they were at the end of Season 1, with the obvious exception of Pascal's Triangle Revisited, because love triangles are always a bad idea. Or in that case, I guess love squares? I don't know, Space Cadets. The third program, branching away from sort of the major networks, we have Metalocalypse returning for Season 4, I guess, or the second half of Season 3. I don't know. Who even knows how cable does things these days? Point is, our boys from Death Clock are back, and there have been 2 episodes so far, and they've been as outrageous or more outrageous than anything that's come previously in the series. When Adult Swim had the crew from Metalocalypse bump up to the half-hour format, pardon me, I don't know. I wasn't entirely certain at first it was going to work because, we're used to seeing a 15-minute episode. And with the characters being who they are, and with the show being as ridiculous as it is, I wasn't sure it could support the half-an-hour format. Like, you get sick of it after a while. I'm happy to report that you don't. And it allows them to tell different kinds of storylines and have, like, parallel action running. And it's still really funny, and it's still really deplorable, and it's still totally awesome. So if you guys are fans of the Metalocalypse, I totally recommend checking it out. It remains as good as it's ever been. The next up, this is a brand new show on ABC called No Ordinary Family. I was very excited about this when I first heard about it, when I watched some of the opening previews. It is exactly what you'd expect. It's very much like what would happen if The Incredibles was made into a live-action serial drama, because it is basically The Incredibles made into a live-action serial drama. I'm enjoying sort of the family dynamics. I'm enjoying the superpowers. I'm enjoying the tone of the show, which is not like Heroes super melodrama heavy, but also isn't really light. It kind of has a decent blend in there. And I think it can go a lot of interesting places. I'm not sure if it will. It remains to be seen. These shows are always very difficult to maintain for a whole host of reasons. Just like actual comic books, it's hard to keep things at a high level of quality. But we'll see. I'm hoping that this season is excellent and that it continues to be good going down the line. But I recommend checking it out in the interim anyway, no matter what happens later on, because the first few episodes have been solid. The last episode or series I'm talking about in this week's episode is The Venture Brothers has returned for season 4.5, and I am, one, super excited because The Venture Brothers is awesome, and two, super happy with how it's been going. This is an awesome show. This could be one of the best shows on television, if not the best show on television. It's really, really well written. It's really edgy. It's got great sense of style and tone. It's got awesome characters. It's just overall is amazing. And the universe they've created, sort of the Ventureverse, as it were, gets more and more interesting as the series progresses because they keep adding all these layers and they do all these reveals. And if you're not watching it, pick up the DVDs, get them on Netflix, get them wherever you can, watch them, check out the new season on Adult Swim. You won't be disappointed. It's really, really good. Anyway, that's going to about wrap things up for this week's episode of the Captain Jandor Reviews. I'm sorry about that, Space Cadets. At the end of this week, or on Friday, I'm going to be doing another Grim Music with Captain Jandor. I'm not exactly sure what the theme is yet, so it'll be a surprise. Perhaps the week after this, Delthrin and I will sit down for another Grimcast because Red comes out on Friday, and I know I'm pretty excited about it. I know Delthrin's pretty excited about it, so that might be what we talk about next week. Other than that, take it easy, Space Cadets. I will catch you next time. But yeah, Venture Brothers, super, super good.